what I meant with just the fingers. The forearm is not doing pronation, supination. This is the key and lock or screwdriver motion that I'm talking about. So you can think of this either as completely from the fingers, which of course is not what you want to be doing. This is not what you want. With this locked here and then just, no, this is not what you want. At the same time, you don't want purely locked fingers and then completely from the wrist, because, or completely this motion and no fingers moving at all, because then it becomes very stiff, like just doesn't work. There has to be a mixture of both movements, the wrist or this movement from here, and then this. So I mean, I think what you were talking about is sort of this situation going on versus whether you want it to be completely straight or aligned when you're doing it, but rather not like this and only like this. And this is what Vicente was appearing to be doing, with this alignment being maintained and then having this motion. But I don't think it'll make a huge difference unless you're doing something super exaggerated like this. This becomes a little bit too much if you're overdoing the flexion of your wrist. As long as it's the natural degree of flexion, I think it's reasonable. I don't think it'll get in the way of you being able to develop speed. What you need to develop speed is, I think, economize on this movement so that you do just the smallest amount that you need to be able to get the sound to come out. And you don't want to be doing all like exaggerating the movement too much. You don't really need to get past here and then here effectively, right? Because all of this is dead space. All of this. Here is where the movement begins and it ends around here. All of this is also dead space. So I think if you think about it like that, then you can start to get the movement to get limited. If you look at some of the people on YouTube, you'll actually see them talking about being able to do this on just one string. And to be able to do that, you need to be able to get the movement to be controlled so that it happens with a very tight radius and not overdoing it. It's the same concept as picado. If you're playing like this, then of course you will not have very fast picado because it's just taking too much time for you to make these movements. Rather, you need it to be more like this instead of, right? So it's all in the mind, I think. The way you program your head to be able to do this movement with the minimal sort of the minimum range of motion, just to get the sound to come out. Because of course, if you're doing too much, I mean, that will help you get volume. But if you have to find the balance between the smallest range of motion and the biggest volume that you can get, if that's what you're looking for. Because of course you can vary the dynamics with this, and you can go right, and you can hit just basses or just trebles or both, or so those are my thoughts on it. So I'm just gonna try to go as fast as I can, just to show you, I guess, how fast I can go, and to see what my technique will look like in that situation. This is how it would look like in the most relaxed way. To go a bit quicker. I'm just gonna give it all I can just to see what I can come up with. Yeah, so I mean, it becomes sucky when I try to do too much, of course, because I'm over pushing myself. But I hope this video gives you somewhat of an idea. Cheers.